So when you guys get married, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. You guys get married.
Mm-hmm.
When did y'all know, like, yo, this is not a game? Because like when you're dating, it's easy to walk away, but in y'all situation, it was probably different because y'all living together and y'all like
Right.
locked
Yeah.
in.
Right.
But when did you realize, like, yo, this is real? Like, I'm married, and was there an instance, argument, something that happened that was like, yo, this is real?
You want to talk about the car?
Talk about the car. Let's hear about the car. Let's go.
So this was like our big first
Uh-huh.
disagreement.
Spat.
Uh,
Oh
so
boy.
Hey, family. This is Che Willis coming back with another episode of Wealth is a Journey podcast. Guys, this is episode 145. 145 weeks of consistency, 145 weeks of getting it done. As always, we outside. If you are a first-time listener, watcher, subscriber, thank you so much for joining us. On this podcast, we talk about faith, family, and finances, among other things. If you are a return listener, watcher, subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Hopefully, we are adding value to your lives on the way to the M's, because we are 1,000% on the way to the M's.
Yes, sir.
And you may say, Che Willis, what exactly are the M's? We talk about millions in assets. We're trying to change our family tree out here. How are we going to do that? We're going to reduce our expenses, take that leftover money, march it out into the marketplace, and make us some money babies.
all
So
right.
that's what we're doing out here. So, guys, thanks again for showing up. Today, you guys are in for a treat. We are doing our marriage series again. Every few years, or every few months or so, we do a marriage series because, again, this is talking about faith, family, and finances. And we want to talk to married couples who are real married couples who go through things, who love each other, and want to talk about their marriage specifically and how they do it.
Mhm.
So today I got my peoples. These are my peoples. Thenard and Tasha Valentin. Let's go. What's up?
How you doing?
Hi.
How you doing?
Yes. So Thenard, aka Thanos, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and and introducing yourself, and then your lovely wife can introduce herself, and who you are, where you're from, and what you do. Just a small snapshot. Thank you so much.
Okay, so my name is Thenard Valentin. I am from Newark, Delaware. I currently am a senior staff level manager for Costco Wholesale in Newark.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm Tasha. I am born and raised in Delaware.
Okay.
And I also, well, I'm not in retail, but I work in the medical field. I work in admin, so I deal with that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. This is good. And how long have you guys been married for?
15 years.
Ooh, God
Yeah.
bless you both, man. God bless you both. Now, I don't know about you guys, but long time ago, I was outside,
Mhm.
outside, and
Mhm.
I had no desire to be married.
Mhm.
I was just figuring I would, make money, enjoy my life, travel, do all the things, have a girlfriend or whatever the case may be, but not get married.
Mhm.
Until I met my wife, and she sat me down. Meaning, she did all the good things. She was domesticated, all the other things. I'm saying,
Right.
just in case my son sees this,
Mhm.
and life was good. So I was like, you know what? I feel like I can marry this woman. So
Mhm.
my question to you guys is, what was the point where you both said, I think I'm ready to be married?
You start first. You start.
So, well, so our story is a little bit different.
Okay.
We have been together since high school. So we met, I was 15, he was 17.
Okay.
So we were together 10 years before we got married.
Okay.
But so I guess coming to the point of when I knew I wanted to marry him. The funny story is I told him when I was 15 I was going to marry him.
Wow.
Funny.
What was your thought though when she said that to you though, bro?
Nah, I'm good.
I figured that. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, but I told him that. And he thought, all right. And so, but anyway, but when I thought we were going to get married, I will say college. So probably like my junior year, I went to Dell State.
Okay.
He was at Lincoln.
Okay.
Well, he was 2 years before me. So,
Yep.
But we were best friends. We was outside.
Yep. Oh yeah.
We're trying to figure out things, what we wanted out of
Correct.
life and everything. And so, but I always came back to him. He was my home. He knew me.
Mhm.
Our families were intertwined at that point. They got along. And
Good.
so we just knew. I just knew at that point.
Yeah. And I know his sister, and then his sister don't play no games, so I know you had to come correct too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, T.
It's my turn. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Ditto. Everything that she said for the most part. I don't want to go all the way back to high school, but I think to kind of sum it up, it was you don't necessarily know what you want until you actually need it.
Okay.
And out of all the females that I surrounded myself with and I might have met over the years, I think she was the only one that understood me as a person that had all the qualities and attributes that I was looking for. You know, not judgmental, doesn't don't go to sleep angry, communication, and we're not just talking about just two people just going back and forth. I'm talking about somebody that takes the time to listen, takes the time to understand, and reciprocates the respect that you give out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a one-way streak. It was one of those situations where I find myself with a woman that really reciprocated what I wanted or whatnot. And I was like, yo, I can't, like, once you find something, you can't trade it in.
That's dope, man.
You got to go after it. So that's when I really realized that I got to lock this one down.
That's fire, bro. So was there, because you guys were together for quite some time, was there a certain instance that maybe happened? And it doesn't have to be, but was there a certain instance where you were like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and lock this down for good? The reason I asked that is because the thing that happened for me was I went to my man's wedding. I think I was maybe like 21, 22. And again, outside, right? And then I went to my man's wedding and I'm like, yo, I think I can do this. Because me and my wife were talking, we were dating. And I was like, yo, like, and we didn't go to the wedding together. I went to the wedding and I was like, it was like a light bulb moment. Like, yo, I think I can do this. So was there a certain instance that happened?
Oh, wow. To be perfectly honest, and this is just me being transparent.
Go ahead.
I went to a family gathering one day, and her aunt fronted me, like in front of everybody, and was like, yo, what are you doing with my niece? You just playing house and so on and so forth. And I, like, a part of me kind of felt the way, like, yo, this lady really put me in the spot. Like, I don't appreciate the fact that she just put me in the spot in front of everybody and so on and so forth. But I mean, I took it for what it was. You know what I mean? I listened. You know, I was still in my feelings a little bit. And then one day I just kind of did it. Like, I don't know what came over me. I was on my lunch break at work, and I went to the mall, and it was almost like I was led. Like, I went to the mall, then I walked in the jewelry spot, sat down and started looking around, and the lady behind the counter just started being real nice. And I just took it for what it was. I was like, yo, good customer service. You don't get that too often, but I was like, yo, she's nice. She's nice. So she saw me looking, and I think at that point she kind of took me seriously. She was like, yo, listen, I got some more rings in the back. I was like, well, bring all that stuff out. Let me see it.
Yeah.
And she just started showing me. And then she just kind of hit me with the, yo, if this is how much the ring costs, and we got a sale, and if you got a card, we hit you with another discount. And I was like, yo, just ring that up.
Yeah.
And I think I maxed out. I spent every dollar in my savings. I spent every dollar in my check-ins. I maxed out my credit card and I bought a ring. Didn't know what I was going to do with it. I just bought it. And I stared at it for a couple of days. Like, why did I even buy this thing? Like, I don't even know what compelled me to kind of stop and just buy a ring, but I did it.
Yeah.
And I knew I didn't regret the fact. I didn't regret anything about marrying her. I just don't know what came over me to buy the ring at that time. It just happened.
Yeah.
I tried to plan the perfect time to propose. It was like Memorial Day. I done maxed out everything in my pocket. I don't got enough. I was like, look, I don't got enough money to do nothing. I can't go away, so on and so forth. So, oh wow. It was the NBA playoffs, Big Three.
Okay.
It was the year that Boston won the chip. And
that's when Paul Pierce went off this court in a wheelchair.
Yeah. I was thinking
about that the other day and was mad. Like, yo,
I was watching. I was locked in, and I'm sitting here like, yo, I don't know when I'm gonna propose to this girl, and we sitting here watching the playoffs, and then it's halftime.
Yeah.
I go in the room and I start staring at the ring, and I'm like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna do it. Might as well just do it now. So I sit down on the couch halftime, and I call her by her first name. Now, if anybody knows me and Tosh, I never calls me by Tosh by her name ever. For the longest, I've always called her TT.
Okay.
So I called her by her first name, and I started the conversation with Tasha, and she snapped on me. Yo, what is it now? Yo,
what you do?
Everything's around the house. Yo, we done cooked, we done swept, we done did. I say, yo, why is it that because I said your name, it got to be something wrong? Like, all I did was just call you by your government name. And then I just kind of go down this road. And then I guess she kind of caught on to what I was doing. And then the tears started flowing. And I just kind of just hit her with the like, yo, I got everybody blessing but your father. And your father's the only person that I haven't spoke with. And I don't feel comfortable proposing without your father's blessing. So I called her father. I put him on speaker. And I told him, like, look, listen, I want to propose to your daughter, but I need your blessing in order to do so. And I'm not going to do it until you give me a blessing.
That's what's up.
So, he gave us his fatherly speech. He gave us a blessing. I proposed to her during halftime, and she kind of went crazy and ran in the room and started calling everybody. And I sat on the couch and kept on watching the game, man. Kept on watching the games.
Simple but perfect.
Yo, that's hilarious, man. That's a typical man move, yo. Just while she making all the plans. Because I remember when I proposed, and I came back and I did it on a Saturday, I believe. When I came back from work on Monday, she had all these books and everything already mapped out. And
we go full force,
bro. When I came in the house, hey, how you doing? I see all these books laid out, and I had a panic attack immediately, and I just slid down the wall. I'm like, yo, what is going on right now? And that's when I knew, okay, we moving full steam ahead.
Yeah, it was the same for me. I was already in my mind, like, this is what I want. This is how I want to do it. And we did it completely opposite. So we wanted this big old wedding and everybody there. And we both come from huge families. And we had a small wedding of 50 people.
50 people.
Hey.
And was perfectly fine.
I'm not mad at that. And y'all saved a whole bunch of money.
We did, because also too, we had purchased a home, a few months prior to.
Yeah.
So it was like, we're not trying to do no big to do. Like, maybe we'll do it like, next year or something. But yeah, no, we ain't.
That's good, man. So When you guys get married, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. You guys get married.
Mm-hmm.
When did y'all know, like, yo, this is not a game? Because like when you're dating, it's easy to walk away, but in y'all situation, it was probably different because y'all living together and y'all like
Right.
locked in.
Right.
But when did you realize, like, yo, this is real? Like, I'm married, and was there an instance, argument, something that happened that was like, yo, this is real?
You want to talk about the car?
Talk about the car. Let's hear about the car. Let's go.
So this was like our big first disagreement.
Spat.
Oh boy.
What's going on, family? My name is Che Willis, the medicine to your financial headache, and I help families living paycheck to paycheck live the life that they want to live through financial planning and wealth management. Did you know that the number one cause for divorce is money fights and money problems? If you are struggling financially with your spouse, you have come to the right place. We have an online course, we have a community, and we have one-on-one coaching that can help you live your best financial life and cut down on a lot of the money fights that you and your spouse are currently having. So if you are struggling, please make sure that you go to wealthisajourney.com to fix the issues that you guys are having currently surrounding money. A lot of us were never taught, and that's okay. But if you know that you need help, do not stay stuck. It's time to start living your best financial life with your spouse starting today. So go to wealthisajourney.com so we can start living your best financial life starting today. Let's go.
So
I was gonna mention it first, but she
so Thenard loved, what is a BMW?
I bought a BMW 740 IL.
Ooh.
Right after we bought the house.
Right after he bought the house.
And I paid cash.
And he paid cash.
Okay, good. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Wait
sorry.
a minute. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna slow down.
And so sounds good, right?
Yep.
And so we go and get this car. And I kept saying, hey, you got, and warranty and all that stuff on it. Everything's good. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. As a man, you don't want to hear that.
Right. So we go and get the car and everything. And he looks in the nice car. Really nice. Only one owner and everything beautiful.
Pristine.
And so we rode it and test drove it and everything. And it ran really nice and smooth and everything. And I'm like, hey, did you get a warranty? It's got a warranty on there, right? And I'm trying to talk to the guy while he's sitting there and it's a warranty on there, right? He was like, go sit in the car. And I'm like, make sure you get a warranty. Don't drive off this lot without no warranty. I'm telling you, because I think at that point the car was it was older car, but it was very well maintained, but it was older.
What I will say is this. If anybody knows anything about imports, the car was properly maintained. And I can admit when I'm wrong.
Okay.
The vehicle was properly maintained, but it had all the original parts. Bought the vehicle right at the brink of maintenance. Like when you got to start replacing all the parts, it was maintained all the way up until that point.
And bought it with no warranty. So, but he didn't tell me he didn't get the warranty. So it wasn't even a month later. I said, babe, I got my hair done and everything, and I'm cute. I'm trying to be outside. Can I ride the car? And so he's like, yeah, go ahead. No problem. And I go and I'm outside. And I'm driving home and I'm like, something happened. Hold on, I got to hurry up and get off the road because the car is just shut off on me or whatever. I have no clue what's going on. And he's like, what? So I called him like, hey, I'm on the side of the road. Can you come get me X, Y, and Z? He's like, what did you do to the car?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Blah, 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 blah. I said,
was it nothing wrong? Was it nothing wrong with the car when I was driving? Every time you drive the car, something go.
So I said, well, it shouldn't be no problem because you got the warranty, right? He was quiet. And so that was like our first spat because I'm like, I meant what I was saying to you was supposed to be a good thing. Like I'm double checking to make sure that we are on the right track.
Yep.
And you not trying to listen because you being a typical man, thinking you know everything. And we don't have no warranty. And now we got to pay a boatload of money. And it was like one thing after the next with the car. And we ended up having to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It just was crazy.
What I will say is this. I won't necessarily say it was a bad purchase. It was a purchase that was made out of season. I was not at that particular moment in time. We weren't ready to take on that type of financial investment.
Okay, that's fair.
What I will say is now is a little bit more feasible to be able to do so. But at that particular moment in time, that was a investment that wasn't well thought out. It was, I wanted what I wanted. I didn't care what nobody said. I got what I wanted, so on and so forth. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think I would have changed that particular situation because it was something that I had to learn.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
It was something I had to learn. I was like, now it's like, do it got a warranty? You see what I'm saying? So it's like now it's like I truly understand the importance of like warranties and gap insurance and all of that stuff. At that point, prior to that, I didn't have any knowledge in regards to the financial or the finance aspect of getting a vehicle. The only thing that I knew is if I pay for it outright, I don't got to worry about making monthly payments. That was my thought process.
Yeah.
So, I think the biggest thing we learned is communicating with one another. Granted, you want to make a decision, that's perfectly fine, but consulting me and talking about it or whatever to make sure that we're on the same page or whatever, because I was not.
That's good that you brought that up. Now, what I'll ask you is, and I don't want to say a typical woman because I'm not going to throw shade at y'all like you did to us. Women sometimes have a tendency to say things in a way that makes you feel like you are their mother. I'm not saying you did that.
I can say I did.
Huh?
I can say that I did. So I come from a line of alpha women.
Got it.
I'm the oldest child.
Okay.
So I'm very much that kind, and so sometimes I can come across as being bossy, very much not my intention by any means or whatever, but I have to double back to be like, that's not how I meant to say it. It didn't mean to come out that way because I see that you perceived it one way and that's not what I meant and everything. I have to correct myself.
Yeah, no, that's good because that right there will make me do the complete opposite of what you want me to do because who you can't. I'm a man. Don't talk to me like that, yo. Like
right.
So that's good that that both y'all learned the communication thing that early on. We're not saying it's going to, it's not going to be perfect after you make that one mistake. I'm sure that there's many times in the whole 15 years I've been married that, you wilded out and said something crazy, and then he he might have did the opposite because, But hey, man, we live and we learn.
Absolutely right. Right.
Yeah,
that's good, man. We go to. I don't know if I mentioned this in the very beginning, but we go to the greatest church. In the entire United States of America, in the world. Matter of fact, forget it. Seeds of Greatness Bible Church, Newcastle, Delaware. If you know, you know. If you don't know, find out. That church has changed my life tremendously. And I believe in order for you to thrive, you need to be in an environment that helps you thrive. And I believe that church has helped all of us grow.
Yes.
So how has going to Seeds of Greatness changed your lives as a married couple?
To help us tremendously. Prior to getting married, we both believed in God, but neither one of us had a relationship with God, right? So his sister invited us to Seeds, invited him or whatever, and of course I tagged along. And we started going ever since we fell in love with pastor and
Mhm.
Sister Lisa. And so, and their teaching and just how they do things,
Yeah.
they operate. And so, seeds helped to reintroduce us, especially, our walks
Sure.
with Christ, and, making sure that we have a more close, intimate relationship, with God and everything. And changing us from being outside to reeling it on in and doing what we need to do, doing
Yeah.
things the right way and everything. So yeah, I feel like it started there for
Yeah.
me.
How about you, bro?
Being at the church and actually having examples in front of me, whether it was direct or indirect, actually helped me in my own walk.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because and it's just me being honest, it's very easy to backslide.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very, very, very easy to backslide. But through Pastor Jay's teaching, um, I had to learn not to only be around like-minded people, but you also have to hold yourself to a certain standard and hold yourself accountable.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like, look, listen, if you're going to dedicate yourself to something, it's like you got to go full force,
Right.
and not make any excuses for yourself.
Right.
So it 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 started to become routine. And what I mean by that, it was like the one thing that Pastor always talks about is like, yo, you can't hallelujah, thank you, Jesus on Sunday and then Monday you going back to the same old thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you have to try to implement what you've been learning and what we talk about on a weekend or on a weekly basis.
Mhm. Daily
So,
basis.
or yeah, well, a daily
Yeah.
basis. So it got to, yo, you know what? Now I got to start holding myself accountable to what I say and be intentional in doing it to the point where it's like now you don't even really think about it anymore. You've been doing it for so long, it just becomes part of your everyday routine, your everyday life.
Mhm.
So now it's weird when you don't do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now it feels funny when you don't go to church. You don't feel the same if you don't go to church.
Correct.
You don't feel the same once you get around people that aren't like-minded. You start feeling weird. You don't want to be around
Yeah.
them no more.
Yeah.
The things that you used to do aren't as appealing as they used to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily realize the change until everything that you used to do, you don't do anymore.
Bruh.
Mhm.
You just said a whole word, fam. I remember, and I talked about it before on this podcast that I was going to I was going to Seeds, and I remember going to a function,
Mm.
and the function really didn't start popping off until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and by like 12:30, I'm like, I gotta leave. They like, yo, where you going? I'm like, yo, I'm going to church. They like, going to church? Like I had to get ready to go to church the next day,
Right. Mhm.
and they're like, you going to church? I'm like, yeah, because they remember when I was outside, but now
Right.
I'm kind of easing my way out of that. And I felt weird not being there. So I'm like, yo, I got to make sure I'm well rested. I got to get up, make sure my stuff is together. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think for me, it was some things changed instantly for me. Like
Mhm.
I was outside, and God had to sit me down. Like I was outside, having a ball, having the time of my life, and
Yeah.
then one particular night, was out, and I end up flop flopping my ankle, fractured it,
Mm,
and I was out of work for like what a little bit over a month, like yeah, about 6 weeks.
yeah.
Um, but during that 6 weeks, he literally ministered to me that time. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not
Yeah.
doing
What I
Yeah.
what
any
I
of those
will
things no
say,
more.
regardless of all the stuff that we talked about, what I will say was this was the first true test of our relationship.
Mm,
Major.
Yeah, that was the first real test of our relationship.
It tested us big time.
Because I was still outside.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was
I
Okay.
still outside.
yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
so like I said, so some things for me changed instantly.
Got it.
Drinking, going outside,
Yeah, I was still
cursing,
outside. I was outside.
all that stuff or
still.
whatever. I wasn't doing none
I
of that.
was outside.
He was outside.
And it was
it
like,
was a tug of war,
Yeah.
you know, because when you're trying to do right, you have God in your life and everything, and the enemy recognizes that
Yep.
he's
Yeah.
pouncing and
Yeah.
everything. He got darts flying left and right. And so yeah, we had some rifts and everything because he wanted to be still outside. And I'm like, nah, you need to be in why
yeah,
you ain't in church like this one and that
Mhm.
one? You should be out
I
there
felt like
raising your hands and praising and
I felt like
everything.
she
And
was trying to change me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was trying to. It was my thing. It was like, you want to change? That's fine. That's something that I got to get used to, but that's fine. But I felt as though her faith was trying to bleed over,
Got
and
it.
I wasn't willing to receive that. And it was
Yeah.
like,
I was trying to
but
pull him with me.
it was like a critique
Yeah.
on every single thing. It was like, yo, why you going out so late? Why you still drinking? Why you still smoking?
Yeah.
Yo, when you in church, why you not praising the Lord? Why your hands ain't in the air?
I became
Because
preachy.
Yeah,
I was a baby
to
in
the
Christ. You know what I
fullest,
mean?
to
And
the
I just
fullest
wanted him
extent,
to
the fullest
come with
extent.
me.
And I was like, man, she better get out my face. I mean, but
it was definitely a difficult time period.
Yeah.
But what I can say is I was very much in my prayer room praying nonstop.
Yeah.
And what I did was I started reading The Power of a Praying Wife.
Mm-hmm.
That book changed the game for me because instead of me going to him just nagging and preaching and doing all that stuff, I was like, oh, that's okay. I'm gonna just tell God or whatever. I'm gonna just talk to God. I'm gonna pray for him and everything, and I'm gonna do it that way. So once I started doing that, that's when I started seeing the change in the different manifestations of what I was wanting him to do and everything or whatever. It didn't happen overnight by any means. It was gradual.
Yeah.
But
was there something for you, T, that changed your perspective and made you want to go?
It's the funny thing is, it's been so long at this point. It almost seems like it's like you can't even remember anymore because you've been kind of walking for so long. I mean, I can kind of pinpoint a whole bunch of things. It was I could talk about COVID.
Okay.
I could talk about some of the trials and tribulations that I had in my life, not necessarily understand why my life was going in the direction that it was going. I could talk about not so much our relationship, but myself as a man. Like, why am I not where I need to be? Why am I not as successful? Like the life plan just wasn't planning. Like, it wasn't moving. And I had such high hopes for myself, and I wasn't where I needed to be in life. Like, there was a whole bunch of different scenarios in my life where, like, I looked and I turned to God, but I had one foot in, one foot out. It was like I knew enough to go to God, but I didn't have enough in me in that particular place. In that particular place to kind of stay there. So
she can come in. Yeah. Hi.
So say hi. So in COVID was a pretty intense season for me personally. I was out for how many months?
Couple months.
I think it was 3. You okay?
Oh, close to 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
He was out of work. With COVID. He ended up having a collapsed lung.
Oh wow.
About 20 to 30 pounds. And this was all right. Literally, we were supposed to start for IVF treatments that week, and we found out he had COVID, and it completely was a game changer with that. Because I mean, you know, we had to cancel that, and then I had to be home to take care of him, because I couldn't be at work either, because they are assuming obviously that I had COVID as well. So taking care of him and all that stuff and everything, and then realizing, oh, this is not, he ain't getting better.
Yeah.
And then taking him to the hospital and then finding out he has a collapsed lung. And I'm like, oh, no, this is
Was
serious.
that was from COVID, or you got in an accident, or it was from COVID?
From
Wow.
COVID.
Okay.
And so he was in the hospital. I had to make sure, I made sure he had the one thing I made sure he had, if he didn't have nothing else, his charger and his Bible. You got the book, the physical book, you got your phone.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing but time and opportunity at that hospital to get in your word. And while he was there, I was literally laying my hands on my own body, different areas that he was telling me that was bothering him or whatever the case may. I'm laying and I'm like, Lord, because we're one.
Yeah.
So I'm literally physically laying hands on myself, praying for the healing and all that stuff and everything. And so he was in the hospital for, I think, about a week and a half. And then he got out and everything. And, thank God he hasn't had any residue from,
Bro, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was a big deal, but we got through it. And,
Yeah.
I think that's when my walk actually changed. It changed from kind of like that point on.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, man. Now I did see Baby Girl.
Yeah.
And one thing that you did mention that caught my attention was that you said that you went through IVS. And I don't know if you know this, but we did as well.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I remember that story.
Yes. So if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's a in vitro fertilization. That's pretty much correct? Okay, cool. So basically, from what I remember, you go through just these rounds of treatments and they poke and prod and find out what's going on and why you're not pregnant and how to get pregnant, and it's pretty intense. If you have not gone through it, it is pretty intense.
Yes.
And as a man, not being able to just do something about the issue, it was tough for me. So I don't know how that was for you going through that, but giving my wife the injections and all the different things, I was happy to do it. So walk me through that process for you, Thenard.
It was tough. It was tough.
Mm-hmm.
It was difficult. It was difficult in a lot of different ways. Number one, actually watching my wife having to go through that. I was the one that had to give her the shots, just like you. But it was the discomfort. It was, after a while, it was just kind of one of those things where it was like, you're going through the pregnancy, which is one thing, but it's like all the other stuff that you have to endure, the probing, it almost kind of made me feel uncomfortable kind of watching her a little bit. But at the same time, it was also one of those situations where it was like we got what we prayed for.
Yeah.
And it's like, though it may make you feel uncomfortable, these are the things that you have to do in order to kind of make it to the end of the road.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where it was just like, I had to pray for strength for myself, to be able not only be strong for myself, but I had to be strong for her as well. And whenever she got to a point where she felt weary, uneasy, it was my responsibility to kind of speak life into her and make sure that she stayed focused and did what she needed to do.
Man. And is that the point in time where your relationship got better, or you were kind of still in the middle of the road?
I want to say, I think prior to that, our relationship was in a different plane.
Okay.
We had a better understanding of our relationship as far as marriage.
Sure.
But at that particular moment in time, I think we were at a point where we were comfortable with ourselves. So it was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But going through that process, I know my mom, her mom, told us about how we were going to endure certain things at that particular moment in time, the mood swings and or changes, hormonal changes, and all of that other stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, well, you hear about it,
Yeah.
but until you actually experience it, you're like, oh, nah,
Yeah.
this is different. This is something different. So that was another area or another trial in our marriage where it was like we kind of had to kind of navigate and persevere through that as well.
Yeah. Nah, that's good. How about you, Tosh?
We definitely leaned in more to each other. As far as our marriage is concerned, during that part in time, I feel like we were in a good space.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we were on the same path and everything, and we were taking that walk together. Um, I can say it's probably one of the toughest things that you have to go through, but it's one of the most beautiful things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just being able to see how intricate of the body is and
Yeah.
everything that you go through. I mean, just from start to finish, from the cells to follicles to eggs to this. I mean, it's a pretty amazing and everything. There were definitely some ups and downs and you know um difficult times where it's just like, man, I really got to do this. These shots, they hurt really bad. My body is just so amped up on so many different hormones. Um, but once you get to the end result, it's like, man, it was all worth it. But
Yeah.
would I do it again? Absolutely. We have actually. We tried after Shiloh. We ended up having 3 miscarriages after Shiloh.
Wow. Yeah.
But even with that, we still, we're still believing that God can do it because we have an example right in front of us. We have our
Facts.
stone
Yeah.
that we can physically see every single day. Um, but it can be tough and everything, and it can be tough on a marriage because you're trying to be strong for each other.
Yeah.
I do think that I think I did pretty good though. I think I was pretty strong.
Um,
But
you didn't do bad.
mm-mm,
You didn't do bad. I think the stresses are a little bit different.
yeah,
For sure.
As I watched her, I saw the stresses that she had to endure from a physical standpoint, and I can
Mm-hmm.
understand how that can take a toll
Yeah.
on her mentally.
Yeah.
As a man speaking from a man's perspective, I think our stresses are a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think my stresses was more so the provision aspect. It
Mm-hmm.
was now I have to in everything I do, now I have to completely change the way I do things. I have to completely change my perspective on certain things. I can't I can't just spend money frivolously now. Now
Sure.
I got another mouth I got to feed. So I know this is going to sound weird, but when my daughter was first born, I didn't look at her as my daughter. I looked at her as a dependent. I have to.
Mm.
I got to take care of my wife, and I got to take care of this kid.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
became a responsibility, and I looked at it as a responsibility. It wasn't until I actually started looking at my daughter and I started to see my face in hers, and I was like, "Yo, I really got a kid." And
Yeah.
just like I went from having, and I won't say I had a heart of stone, but my mind was just focused in one specific direction.
Sure.
And then it was like I went from having a heart of stone to I just kind of melted at the moment I realized like I had a daughter. And
Yeah.
then I kind of been like that ever since. It's like I still have that sense of responsibility behind me, but it's like, yo, I not only have to be able to take care of her, I have to serve as an example to her as well.
Yeah. I feel like I got a lot softer
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
when I had my son, and I got cried, and I'm thinking about him, and I'm thinking about my upbringing and how I can maybe do things a little differently, and
right,
you're constantly thinking about how to improve their lives based on the way that you grew up,
correct,
for
Hmm.
me.
yes,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's the same.
And it definitely made me softer because I remember, like, thinking like when he used to get in trouble or do bad things, and I knew that I should have probably spanked him. Sometimes I did, but I felt like maybe I should try to parent a little bit better. And that was through my wife's help as well, because she didn't, really spank or anything like that. She just raised her voice, and he would just, fall to pieces sometimes.
I got spanked.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't.
I got spanked.
I didn't get spanked or whatever. I got my stuff taken away.
Okay. Oh man.
I did, but that hurt. That really did hurt because it was my personal things or whatever. And so,
I told my wife, I said, listen, man, I said, the reason that you are the way you are is because you didn't get spanked. Yeah. I said, I blame your parents. I blame them for what you're doing to me right now. You know what I'm saying? But Tosh, as a woman, I know one of my wife's things was that she felt less than, because as a woman, that's one of your things, like having kids. And you're not able to because of one reason or another. Did you go through that too?
Yes, I felt like the one thing that I should be able to do, I can't do. I can't do it myself. Sure. The only person that can help me do it outside of him is God. And I'm like, Lord, what am I doing? And you got all these people, you literally placed all these people around me. Or what I mean, at work, just friends, everybody was having babies all at once around me. And I had to be there for every last one of these people, for whatever the reason was. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not fair.
Yeah.
That's how, sure. It wasn't fair and everything until I had to shift my perspective on some things, I had to allow God to really work in me. So that way I wasn't blaming myself, because it wasn't a me thing or whatever. Like, it wasn't anything that I did wrong or whatever, that it wasn't happening. But once, I got to a point where it's like, Lord, okay, I trust you. However you want to do it, it is what it is. And even if you decide not to, I know that's a desire that we have, but even if you decide not to, I'm going to be okay with it as well. we're going to keep rocking out and everything. And maybe you'll change my desire, if that's not what was in your plan and everything. But although I knew he spoke it, and I knew we were going to be having a child and everything, when it was going to happen, it was a whole nother thing. But, we just continued to trust and believe, and,
But here's what I know. When you do end up getting what you desire, and it's something that you prayed for, I believe that it makes your relationship with God a lot stronger.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, I know you did this for me. What else can't you do for me?
Correct.
And my family. You changed my life. You changed the way I move. And I'm going to live longer, and I'm going to live stronger as a result of the changes that you allowed me to make.
Right.
And now you blessed me with this kid, and we wanted her for so long.
Right.
And now we have her. Like, when you go through things, it's like, okay, well, what else can't you do for me?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's dope, man. So she's how old now?
She turned 3 in September.
That's fire, man.
Yeah. Time flew by, but it's one of the hardest jobs I've ever had, but it's so rewarding just to be able to, like, I look at her and I cry sometimes, because I'm like, man, Lord, you really did it. Like, this is really, like, you really actually did it. You kept your word, and he's truly just faithful, and we're just really blessed by her, because she literally, the loudness in my household. It's something that I always dreamed to have, because we waited for so long. And I'm like, man, our house was always quiet, and now we couldn't wait for them pitter patters, and she comes now in the morning, every morning.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man. And the funny thing is, as you were talking, I'm thinking about my son. He's 14 now, and the time just flies. It goes right. And I'm thinking about Thenard sitting at the dinner table, with a baseball bat, waiting for her boyfriend to come over so he could set him straight before prom or something like that. I can completely like that thought like popped in my mind like, yo.
No.
Oh, yeah.
All the boys is gonna be over. All the boys is gonna be over, you know, and then we just gonna have a conversation. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think about that moment as well.
Yeah.
And to be, I think the examples that we have aren't the best ones because we automatically assume negative. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't really know what to expect. I guess this is kind of one of those things where, as a parent and as a father, I want to be able to protect my daughter, but instead of thinking about something that's never happened yet, I try more so to focus on what is and what's in front of me. What we need to do is we need to try to teach and instill as much as we possibly can from now, because if we don't start from now, that's when we're going to run into the issues later. So I try not to focus on that so much like I used to. It's just like, okay, well, at this early age from today, what can we start teaching her from today? So that way it makes our job that much easier later on.
That's good, bro. And I'm right with you, which is why I'm doing the things with my son and teaching him the finances and all that stuff, because like that's one thing that we had to kind of figure out on our own. Like it wasn't taught. Like we watched, we observed. You know, if we asked for something at the store, either no or maybe yes.
No, it's not taught. It's yo, open a bank account. You got to check it in your saving. When you saving money, you put it in your savings. That's where it stopped. And no more, no less.
Correct.
We don't talk about financial freedoms. We don't talk about nothing. It's you got a bank account to put money in, and that's it. That's kind of where it stops.
That's real, bro. And you know, 401ks, and if you're working on a corporate job and investing and all those different things, and it's not our parents' fault. Like they didn't know. And I think regarding money, their parents had to figure it out. Their parents had to figure it out. Their parents had to figure it out. And it was just never talked about. My money's my money. You don't ask me about my money. And that's just the way it was. And I think with the way that society is going, I think it's becoming more of a topic of conversation. I would hope, at least in my house, I know it is, because like, I don't want him to go out and have to bump his head and try to have to figure it out when you got parents that'll, hey, here's the information, take it.
Yes.
And not give it to him.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So that leads me to my next question. Like, so how are you changing things for your daughter based on the way that you grew up? Maybe some things that you like, maybe some things that you didn't like, that you're implementing in your parenting style to teach her some things.
You wanna
I mean, for me, you know, my mom was in banking. She was both of my parents were in the military. But she, you know, as her job was in banking. So one of the things she taught me about money, finances, how to, you know, the banking, checking, do checkbook and all that stuff and everything. So she did that at an early age. I got allowance and had to use my money to do and buy certain things. I had to start working early at 13, working, you know, making sure I put my money away or whatever. If I wanted to buy something, I needed to use my money and everything in order to do so or whatever. So, I mean, I might not be as strict as my mom when it comes to that, but most definitely I feel like it helped me be good at money or whatever. I do want to implement that or whatever, just so she knows what she's doing, you know. I don't want to send her out blindly and everything.
Complete opposite.
Yeah.
I didn't get
talk to us, T. What you mean?
No allowance. I was broke. I was always broke. Never got no allowance. It was.
But you rich now. You rich.
It was trying to. I wasn't afforded some of the luxuries. Now, I don't want to say my parents didn't raise me right. But I wasn't afforded some of the things that a lot of other kids had.
Sure.
So when I was able to make my money, there was no setting money aside. It was like whatever I wanted, I bought it.
Yep.
But in that, I started to understand what type of work ethic that I had. Because it was, if I want it, I'm gonna work to get it. And I don't care how much I have to work, whether it's 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs. It was like I was working from sun up to sundown. I was getting a check every week. It was like I knew and understood how to make the money. I just didn't know and understand how to retain the money.
Got
And
it.
that was something that I had to learn over time.
That's good, bro. And I think that's the trap that we get into. Like, we don't have money, which I believe growing up without money is probably the greatest thing that ever happened to me, because it gave me a work ethic. But then I figured out and coupled it with being able to save now. And now that I have a savings, now I can invest.
Right.
Yeah.
So just like, it's a constant learning, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I forget what I was going to say, but I think that growing up was one of the greatest things that have ever happened to me, as far as like not having money. And I think that we get into the pattern of, we make the money now without saving it, because we feel like, okay, we made a bag over here, and we can, if we blow the bag, we can just go get another bag.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we get into that pattern, but then we don't realize that, yo, I'm getting older and I'm slowing down. I don't feel like working 2 and 3 jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we never stop,
Mm-hmm.
and we keep going to go get the bag. And then, because we never put the money away, now we're working forever, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. We don't necessarily take into consideration that we're on a time clock.
Yeah.
Right. And it's
Yeah.
time
Take
ticking,
that
and we
into
have no
consideration
clue.
at all.
Yeah, man. We and I remember one thing that Pastor Jerome always said. He talked about living long and strong with nothing wrong. And I remember one Sunday he talked about, if you live long and strong with nothing wrong, then you're going to be going to a lot of funerals,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you're going to live long, and you're probably going to outlive a lot of your friends and family. And we're in a season right now where we had 2 family members pass away back to back. And I'm like, yo, and I keep remembering what he said, and I'm like, yo, this sucks, but
Yeah.
this is where we are. And
Yeah. And even like our age, like he just recently had 2 friends of his pass away in their 40s.
bro, I'm
Young.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, we got to make sure everything is good to go.
Yeah, that's a
Just
fact,
never
man.
know.
That's a fact. So see, one thing I didn't say on here that I want you to talk about, it, if you don't mind, is you're an entrepreneur as well. Entrepreneurship sucks. It's hard, bro.
Very much so.
It's hard, bro. It's
Very
hard to build an idea from the ground up, and then people don't necessarily get it right away.
Yeah.
But you got to keep going, right?
Right.
And so anyway, regarding your entrepreneurial endeavor, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and talking about it and what it is, and then I'll put all the information in the description so people can go ahead and buy if they want to support.
We have, and I could say but we have a clothing line called Fluent Foreigner.
That's a dope name, by the way.
Thank you.
I like it.
Basically, I mean, in essence, what we're doing is we're providing positive affirmation through high quality apparel. That's ultimately what it is.
Okay.
But the premise of the whole line is to promote individualism.
Okay.
Not conforming to what society deems as the norm, and just kind of being able to walk your own path. Understanding that when being different, there's always going to be some type of ridicule or hate that's going to come with not walking in line with everybody else. But the thing you have to do is you kind of have to be comfortable in your own skin, and don't make any excuses for yourself to actually turn back and revert back to what was.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
What Fluent Foreigner actually means is essentially to be comfortable with being different.
I like that, man. And then where can they purchase? Is it on Amazon? Or is it? Do you have your own? You have your own website?
We have our own e-commerce page. It
Okay.
is fluentforeigner.com.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well, I'll make sure that gets added and we get that in there. Now, my question to you is, how long have you been doing this? And my next question would be, where do you see your business in 3 to 5 years from now?
It's been about 5 years.
Okay.
Five growing years.
Hmm.
But what I will say is it's growing in the right direction.
I like that.
Where we see the business in the next 3 to 5 years, hopefully we will be able to span in different areas in regards to possibly nonprofits, actually aiding in helping with kids,
Hmm.
because ultimately it's like what we want to do is we want to affect change. And one of the things that we always talk about is we got to start from the root. And I feel as
Facts.
though the root is the children.
Yeah.
So in any endeavor that has anything to do with children, I think would be something that we would work towards in the next 3 to 5 years. Can I be specific? Yeah, but I don't think because we haven't figured it out
Hmm.
and figured out exactly what line of work we would actually want to be in.
Yeah.
I know children would be the start of change.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out where we're led.
Bro,
And
you like you said a whole like you said it already,
yeah,
because
yeah,
if you like, insecure adults were at once insecure kids. So
absolutely.
if you can get them when they're younger, then they'll grow up to be a little bit more confident, because
Mhm.
it's okay to be different.
Yeah,
Like, I remember I used to try to fit in as a kid, and then as I got older, I'm like, I don't really care what other people think about me. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is my goal. This is my plan. If you don't like it, it's okay.
Right.
yeah,
I got to live with me,
Right.
and I got to be comfortable in my own skin. So,
yeah,
but everybody's not like that, and everybody doesn't have that light bulb moment.
right.
So I think what you're doing is good, and they're being able to speak to the kids, and working with nonprofits. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I think to kind of piggyback what basically you said is it's so fortunate that some of us kind of figure it out too late,
Correct. Agreed.
and I think that's the reason why um the children working with children is that much more meaningful,
Hmm.
because we're not waiting until they get older. Like we need to address it while they're young to try to affect change while they're young instead of waiting until they're older.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. And Taj, how is it? I know it's we, so both of y'all are in it. Did you always want to be an entrepreneur, or you got kind of pulled into it and now you're in this life?
I got pulled in it and I'm in this place. That was not,
Yeah.
on a radar, but that was something that was on his radar.
Yeah.
He's always talked about it. He's always talked about wanting to have his own business. And so I wasn't that wasn't a dream of mine, but
Yeah.
it became a dream of mine because it's his dream.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
So just being able to support him however I can. I don't know all the ins and outs of
Yeah. Yeah.
everything, but an idea that you have and you want to run it past me, absolutely. I'm down for that. We can
Yeah.
talk and we can go back and forth with the ideas and everything. I'm always asking, he comes up with something. I'll say, well, what's your thought process behind it?
Yeah.
What did
She,
God say? Or whatever,
yeah,
because I want to make sure
she
that it's
set me
right.
straight. She set me straight.
Yeah, we need that sometimes, bro.
Might be something I'm like,
Yeah.
She set me straight.
where you trying to go with that and
Yeah.
everything? What are you trying to say and everything? No, I think you might need to change this. Let's talk about it. What scripture where'd you get that? What scripture? Let's pull that out and
Yeah.
everything, because I want to make sure that we are on the right path and we're putting the right thing out there.
We had to make sure that some of the principles that we were applying in our marriage, we also had to apply in the business.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also had to understand that the requirements in both are different. So it's like I had to decipher when I was speaking to my wife and when I was speaking to my partner. And I was
That's
like,
good.
that was a trial that I had to learn over time, because as my partner, I'm gonna come off pretty rough as my partner. But it was one of those things where it was just like I'm not talking to you, like I'm not talking to my wife.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking to my partner right now. Like, this is what the business requires. This is all business. So this is how we have to approach it. No, it's no nonsense. And we got to go. Like, I'm one of those type of people. I don't really like to waste time. Once I got an idea in my head, I got to go, and I got to go now.
Yep.
So if I don't feel
slow
as though,
down a little bit.
Yeah, if I don't feel as though the energy is being reciprocated, that's a problem for me.
Okay.
I also had to learn that that's kind of like a gift and a curse. It's a blessing in disguise at the end of the day.
Because sometimes you can move too fast. Make the wrong decision.
Yeah.
And so me, as his wife, my head is always on the swivel. So
you protecting them.
And I'm like, you sure about how about we need to talk about this?
Yeah.
Pull it back a little bit. I get that this is what your idea is, but let's kind of sit back, let's talk about it and everything. Let's pray about it and everything before we make a move.
Yeah.
And just being able to do that, I feel like it's worked.
Yeah. And that also as a man, it helps you to sit your pride to the side.
Yeah.
Because you come with an idea, she comes to the side like, yo, maybe not. And you think to yourself, like, what do you know?
Right.
Like, what? Like, well, this is my idea. Like, I know this is, but what you're doing is right. Because you're protecting him. Like, you may not see his blind spots.
Right.
But the fact that you slow down to allow her to speak to you, and then you take heed to what she's saying.
Right.
And you probably avoided a lot of heartache as a result of you listening to her.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's there has been moments where I kind of wanted to go full throttle. And to be perfectly honest, when I kind of look at it in hindsight, it's like, look, if I did what I wanted to do at that particular moment in time, I probably would have ended up taking like 2 or 3 steps back. And then I would have to try to, it would have taken me longer to just kind of get back to square zero in order for me to propel forward. So, like I said, it was like a gift and a curse in the sense that I'm like we got two different personalities kind of bumping heads with each other. And it's like, look, what, like you said, what do you know? Like, I'm the one with the ideas. You just here for the ride. But it in retrospect, when you kind of look at it, it's kind of like, yo, you know what? Whether she understood it or not, she was led to do that.
Yeah.
And she may have not known why she was doing it. But when I look back, I'm like, yo, geez, like if I didn't slow down and I didn't stop, yo, I could have potentially put myself in a situation that I really probably didn't want to be in. So
yeah. And ultimately it would have put y'all in a bad situation.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it's
we have to, like, when it comes to that entrepreneurship, like, you gotta, you want it fast, but we need it slow. I feel like, sometimes if you get it fast sometimes and you kind of get a little big hit and you think you know what you're doing and I tell you nothing or whatever, but then that's when things happen. But I feel like, how things went for us and has been going for us or whatever, it hasn't been fast by any means. The team is finally, kind of getting recognition or whatever by people and everything. And so it's like, man, it's taken a minute, but we're finally at a point where people are actually recognizing, thank you for everything that we went through and everything to get here and everything. But we still got work to do.
Sure.
We get big headed, and we still want to move forward in the right direction. We just got to take our time.
No, you 1000% do. And I think when you get things slower, you appreciate them more.
Yes.
And you could put systems in place to safeguard you from making bad decisions because
Right.
you understand the time that it took to get to this
Right.
place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that people think that there's overnight successes, and that's
Yeah.
not really a thing. Like you don't see the work that people put in behind the scenes, the years that people put in behind the scenes to get where they are.
Yeah.
Right.
But you just because you're seeing me now
Right.
and seeing you now, you think that they just appeared here. But nah, we've been here rocking for a long time,
Yeah.
working.
Been working.
Yeah,
And we've been having people helping us with the work, God bless them. Because
absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think up until this point, I never really understood the importance of having a village around you,
Mm-hmm.
of having like-minded people around you. Because I've been a loner for a long time.
Yeah.
I've had friends, but and I love my brothers to death. But I was always one of those people that it was like, no matter how close I am with my friends, I don't think they understand me like truly.
Yeah.
So I've always been one of those type of people that have just kind of been to myself, so to speak.
Yep.
But like I've gotten to a point where I never really understood up until this point how much or how important it is to have a village around you of people that um have the same mindset, want the best for you,
believe in you and what you're
believe in
doing.
you. They want you to succeed.
Yeah.
Like a lot of positive energy. And of course, it's like, well, you know what? You also have to vet the people around you as well.
Facts.
But it's just kind of one of those things where I've come to the realization, and that was something else that I learned in church too, that you can't do it all by yourself. Under no circumstances, you can't do it. As much as you want to say that you built it from the mud on your own, to be perfectly honest with you, it's not factual. It's not factual. You
That's
have
a
to
myth.
be dependent on somebody. And it doesn't necessarily have to be financial or anything like that. But sometimes you just need that energy around you to kind of sustain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
no, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say just having somebody say good job as an entrepreneur is huge.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yo, I see what you're doing out here. Great job. That's it.
Yeah.
And it could come at the time when you need it. Like, yo, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? Like, this is stupid. I'm about to shut this thing down.
Yeah.
And you hear somebody say, yo, good job. And that alone just helps you keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a friend of mine that that is probably, aside from myself, is probably the harshest critic that I've ever had. And I'm not going to tell you how many times I wanted to kick this dude out of my crib. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to kick him out of my house. But I appreciate him that much more because I can always look back and say that's what I needed at that particular moment in time. And a true friend, somebody that you call family, is not supposed to be a yes man to begin with.
Right.
Correct.
And they're supposed to be able to tell you exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to, it's not even so much of them being real, it's being man enough to receive it.
Right.
Yeah. That's good,
really
bro.
what it boils down to. So it goes both ways. It's having a true and honest circle around you, but also being humble enough to be able to receive everything that comes your way.
That's good, bro. That's good. Hey, man, listen. We've been on here. This is good, bro. Like this is good, man. This was a really, really good conversation. And first of all, I appreciate y'all time again. Like I know y'all parents and y'all, jobs, entrepreneurship, all the stuff, man. And for y'all to carve out, this amount of time to talk to the little old me. and my little audience. No, we definitely appreciate. No, for sure.
You and your
Appreciate it.
millions.
Right.
We getting to it, bruh.
Yeah,
Right.
we get into it. Likewise. Amen.
Exactly.
We
Amen.
getting to it. We
Amen.
getting to it, man. So yeah, but definitely appreciate y'all time. If there's, I don't know if there's any parting words of wisdom. Matter of fact, yes, I do need something from both of y'all. I need a key. Whatever helped y'all say, this is Seeds of Greatness style. I need one key from each of y'all of how you were able to stay married for 15 years.
Okay. I will say learn each other's love language in each season. Because it may change.
Yep. Facts.
And so, yeah.
Okay. Very good. T.
In order to, you can't have an expectation for your partner if you're not looking into yourself first.
Self-reflection.
Mm-hmm.
That reflection is, man, that's a beast.
Yeah, look to fix yourself first before you start to request things from your partner.
Yeah,
that's good. I like it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the number one marriage episode of 2025, and this has been a super dope conversation. And I again, Thenard, Tash, I definitely appreciate y'all time. Thank you so much for telling your story and showing folks that we love each other, and marriage works, and how to get through things, and how to support each other, and be each other's village first before we start being a village for somebody else.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate y'all honesty, and y'all already rich. I was gonna say y'all gonna be rich. Y'all already rich.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, amen.
Yeah, definitely appreciate y'all. But thank you so much for tuning in. Wealth is a journey. We will see you next week. Peace.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.